Hello, hello. Welcome one and all to the new series where I'm going to be focusing on some tames which I don't usually go for, but have some really good uses nonetheless. Today we're going to be dipping back to something I've tamed in the past, the Arc Edition's creature Archelon, which has actually been officially added into the base game. So I have got a couple of little traps set up. I'll show you what they are. They are the easiest thing in the world. How they get tamed up, and what uses they actually have. So let's jump straight into it. First two traps that I sort of like are nice and simple. You've got the 6 triangle foundations and 2 of the quarter walls high on each end. You want to make sure it's open. Easiest way to do this is to take one end off, and then once you kite your Archelon, I don't suggest trying to passive tame these things underwater. They can come up to the surface. They don't die. They become slow and sluggish when they do get up here. So all I'm going to do is spawn one in, show you what it's like. It is the easiest trap in the world. Let's just go you. Once they're up, you just want to get their attention. Come on, big fella. And let them join you inside. Here we go. They'll come in. They are quite easy to get in these traps. Once it's there, 1, 2, done. That won't escape. And same with this side here. So if you take them out, if you go slightly too far in too early, they do sort of try and walk around it. So just sort of, even if they hit you a couple of times, it's not that big a deal. They don't hit hard. They'll come in, once it's there, bang on the corner, or the walls, and there. So it's easy trap. They aren't anything to fuss about. I know some of the mechanics for getting creatures into traps can be difficult sometimes, so no stress. Now I know that looked concerning, but I will show you. If we go slow-mo 100, they never get out. Sometimes they do this funny little angle where it looks like they're about to, they don't get out. If you go one wall high, they do, so always go too high, no issues at all. So, taming wise, let's drop back down, actually. So you can actually start trying to tame them now, but I think if they hit you, they'll lose their progression. So the best thing to do, because they're still aggro at me, leave render, get back into render. If you've got shorter render range, this works easier. My render is huge, so I've got to go further away. So, taming wise, all you've got to do, feed them kibble or the biotoxin. Either works well, but the kibble is obviously better. Once tamed up, I'll show you what the saddle's all about. Okay, so this is where the Archelon really gets interesting. Now you can see I'm lying in the middle. There is 4 seats around me, and it looks quite much so like scuba tanks. However, you don't need to actually be seated to get the oxygen effect. And we are in the water. Now, you can see it's significantly faster once you're swimming. C will bring you down, and you'll notice I have a buff there, Archelon air bubbles. Now what that means, if you're within a little bit of a radius of it, you don't need to be mounted to get the oxygen effect, which is really, really useful. Right, so in the passenger seat, you can in fact fire quite happily. So as a passenger, you are able to use weapons. These guys will have, I believe it's 3 times increased damage to jellyfish, and they are immune to all of the stuns and wonderful things that the water likes to throw at you. So that's one huge reason to be getting these guys. They are a safety net for swimming. And I'm sure a lot of you will probably remember, I don't like the damn water very much. So these guys are really good for all of those shenanigans, which I'm not a fan of. Now, the big thing with these guys though, and you might have saw the menu just before, collectible algae. Algae at the moment is currently not available to me, so I'm going to wait a while. But algae, so at the moment it's 2 hours, but if I was to get back in the water, you'll see now, is lost an hour. So while they're in the water, the production of algae is halved, which is a big deal, because algae is essentially mutton for herbivores. So if you're taming something like a Brontosaurus that needs berries, crop, or kibble, these work as that step up from crops. They'll act like your mutton does from carnivore. So it's really, really, really worthwhile grabbing one of these things if you don't want to bother with kibble, but you want to do better than just berries. So that's it in a nutshell, the Archelon. It is a water tank. It is great for exploring underwater. Easy tame, doesn't take a lot. All you need is venom or kibble. Not too shabby. Those traps are nice and easy. You can do it in the water if you really like. I don't like the water enough to even try and tame a passive under there. So, good option. But, quick video. That's it. That's the whole point. I'll see you in the next one. See you, bye.